So, big debate or big claims recently straight up. Mohamed Salah, best Premier League winger of all time. Interesting topic to
What do
discuss.
we define? Let's define what a winger is.
Yeah,
Let's
actually,
like clear the air.
that's true. So for me, I would exclude what we think about as traditional wingers. So I'm not going to compare him to players like Robert Perez, Ryan Giggs, Junberg even. Like those are people that are just going to stay out of the conversation because Salah is more of that modern winger, the winger that's expected to score goals and not just provide width and provide assists. So like we discussed earlier on, like Sterling falls into the category, Mahrez falls into the category. I mean, Ronaldo and his first stint at Manchester United definitely falls into that category. So wingers is a very vague term to define this position, but I would think of him more of as like an attacking wide player.
A wide
Sort
forward,
of a wide
basically.
forward, yeah, exactly. So definitely not going to put him in the same
Yeah.
category as Harry Kane, Romelu Lukaku. Although there might be arguments that that is probably where he deserves to be given his role with Liverpool.
Right.
But let's keep that to another side and let's talk more about just comparing him to what we just defined as his peers and his wingers. So what where would you put Mohamed Salah there? Like how would you qualify him in the PL pantheon, so to say?
Straight at the top. I mean, I don't know whether I should put him as a number. Like, is he the number one, absolute number one, not one below, not one above, things like that. I don't want to like really place him there because I personally don't have an affinity towards a player from a different team, right? So my viewpoint is already like a little off of that.
Yeah, like purely
He is,
objective in there.
yeah, he is definitely up top. I mean, he should be in the top three, if not whatever, top five, top 10. He is more of a top three person. He is definite to score a goal. I mean, his stats speak for themselves, right? It's a goal contribution in almost every game,
Hmm.
which is not really something a traditional winger
Yeah,
would
it's
do. That's a different
100
case altogether.
151 games for Liverpool, 102 goals, and 36 assists. Yes, 36 assists. 100 goals and 36 assists. Playing for
136 in 150. That's
136 and
superb.
150. Yep.
That's 90%. I mean, 90 out of 100, 9
Yeah.
out of, yeah. So 9 out of 10 times he's going to contribute something or the other. You don't really get players with those numbers, and these are outstanding numbers, especially for Salah. It's not even that he's been doing it for quite a long, but he's been doing it for a while now.
Yeah, it was
Liverpool won the
16,
Champions
17,
League
16,
probably
17
like
he came
two
to
and a half.
Liverpool, right?
Yeah,
16, no, 16, 17 or
16,
17, 18. I think 17, 18 was his first season.
I
17,
think,
18, 18,
yeah,
19, 19, 20, and yeah, this is his fourth season with the club. So yeah, four
fourth or fifth,
seasons.
yeah.
I mean, that's you get 38 games a season, so a little over 100 games played. I mean, clearly 150 games played, and he's been hitting the ground running the whole time. I have a slightly more controversial opinion in this matter. For me, I personally think I mean, there is no denying Mohamed Salah's quality. He's an amazing player, and right now he's potentially one of the best. Like right now, on his current form, he is easily a top three player for me, top three in the world player for me.
World,
Um,
definitely.
yeah, but in terms of best Premier League winger, for me, he still sits below Eden Hazard. And I have two main reasons for that. One is because Eden Hazard has played in a much more volatile Chelsea team, in a team that has always had managers coming and going. He's had some off seasons while he was with Chelsea as well, and clearly, whenever he was on form, Chelsea would play well and they would win. They would have an amazing season. When he was off of form, Chelsea would struggle. So he was a player that basically defined Chelsea as a team. and he has helmed Chelsea under various managers, unlike Mohamed Salah, which again that means he has had to adapt a lot more than Salah had to do, adapt to a lot more systems as well, and some systems he wasn't even the focal point. And secondly, of course,
Right.
because traditionally Hazard was always seen as the guy who can make something happen, but there was always another point of attack for Chelsea. There was always another striker that Hazard played around. Whereas for this Liverpool side, Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah are the attacking focus. Like Firmino he plays as a striker, but he's more of a support unit for them. He provides and makes space for them to let them score. Whereas Eden Hazard always was the one who had to play alongside a striker who's supposed to score. So Hazard had to play more of as a facilitator and as a playmaker as opposed to an out and out goal scorer. So for me, I still
It
think
leads to
yeah, no, please go ahead.
So go on. No,
So
go on.
so for me, I feel Eden Hazard still sits above Mohamed Salah. But maybe Mohamed Salah has like another cracker season, and then at that point, all of these sort of unquantifiable things be damned. If you're in the Premier League for like 5 seasons and you're at the top for all the 5 seasons, it just becomes really hard to argue that you are one of the best.
So continuing from your thread of Hazard and Salah's systems, I would want to say Salah also benefited from being that right system player, where he fit in exactly to the system what Jurgen Klopp wanted, and it was a win-win for both of them. Plus, having that talent pool around him, that he probably had a better talent pool around him to facilitate his scoring as well. Hazard, maybe not so, but again, Hazard too had a great team around him. But comparing them, I think makes a difficult argument, because Hazard is more of your number 10 types, while Salah is your more of a 9.5 types, or maybe
But
just by numbers.
But
right.
we're talking about the pitch, the position on the pitch, right? They both played wide.
Correct.
That's the thing. Like the fact that it's like now you're saying Lionel Messi is more of a number 10. Well, he is, but he plays on the right, so he's still qualified as an attacking wide man. So that's where I stand with this. True. I have made my thoughts clear. For me, Hazard is still better than Mohamed Salah. What about you? Do you have anybody else, or is Salah your best Premier League winner of all time?
Again, I don't really have a name at all. I don't want to put names. Because personally, it is something that I look at very objectively. Oh, he's beyond all of these players, to be very honest. He is beyond all of them. Personally, definitely. And there are a lot many who will bring in more facts and stats to prove that he's beyond all of them. But that's a different era. It's a different era now. So I don't even want to compare them. Let's not compare these players. Let's enjoy and celebrate them for what they bring to the league and for what they give us week in, week out, and we enjoy the football that they play.
Amen.
I want to end my statement with that.
Okay, that was a very safe way to end it. But yeah, let us know who you think the best player in the Premier League, the best winger in the Premier League is. Put your thought down in the comments below. Wide forward, yes. Whatever your interpretation of that position is. But yeah, that was us discussing this topic. And if you like it, please leave a like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram at Filter Coffee Footy. And bye.
See ya.